Coming up is going to be Alise Versella, who is an award-winning and Pushcart-nominated poet. She's the author of 5 poetry collections, her most recent being Inaccurate Histories. She can often be found with a good book and a gin and tonic. Everybody, give it up for Alise Versella.
All right. No, really, thank you so much for having me tonight. Don't let anyone lie to you when they say, like, art is insignificant, because this has been what I needed today, honestly, in light of our current climate. Thank you so much for your art today and for letting me share mine with you. I'm going to share an oldie from an old book, When Wolves Become Birds, and then I'm going to get into Inaccurate Histories, and maybe if I have time, I'll share a new piece that's coming out this year. If you do like what you hear, I do have books available. Just come see me if you'd like a copy. But this is called The Distance Between Two Selves. Consider the distance between 2 points. The first is a height, the second the fear of the climb, and the distance extends out like a telescope the farther a star moves away. It's in this way wings betray a blue jay. But consider the altitudes a body can reach. Like a body asleep projects the soul to an astral plane, how a dream given branches builds a nest, a home, and does not second guess feathers left to compost. Heavy may be the bags of bitter salt that break open like the earth or the heart. Heavy-handed it spreads like chaos, the load trusted more than the ability to bear it, the lover considered foolish. How she lets her body burst forth with brilliant understanding of what it means to love someone as much as she loves herself. Stop trying to calculate what can't be measured. Like ocean fathoms and familiar phantoms, their hauntings mistaken for friendship. Trust again in the night sky. Do not mourn the fading of its stars as they burn, scorching the arid dirt. You are the sapling reaching, but you are not the binding root. And your tears will not set the ground aflame. They extinguish the thirst of so many choking doves. Darling, the mountain was never the obstacle. It has always been your fear of the stumble. Do you think all fledgling birds consider distance before they learn flight? No, they simply fly. I did put out a book last year. It is celebrating its 1-year anniversary today. It's my award-winning baby Inaccurate Histories, and it's a collection about family and being Italian-American, and I'm really grateful for the people that this has introduced me to, Kathy, Pete. So again, thank you so much for having me here and counting me among you. This is called A Woman Holds a Vacancy. I am not my mother's firstborn. An argument let the bones of that skeleton tumble out of its closet. My mother's wound, a wounded baby bird starving in the nest. She is not the only one to hold her secret in her chest. My mother's past life is the branch split by the lightning strike, such thin skin on the newborn bird I notice as it lies crushed in the dirt. My mother's remaining children and her ghosts haunting the room. The unspoken hollows in the family tree, my grandmother's wounded womb, a hysterectomy, a piece of her removed. A woman would carve out her organs until empty to feel forgiven the heavy stones of the dead son she buries. No photography to immortalize a memory. A mother's remaining children and the ghosts haunting the room. Mother, every year you swallow the moon and a new crater is carved out of you. I know of the craters formed in women who yearn. My aunt, who wished her womb could do more, was told by the doctors a pregnancy would cause more harm to her already ravished insides. A woman's only child and the ghosts haunting the room. Mother, you are a planet in gravitational pull. A daughter is a satellite that orbits you. Do not think her devoid of light if her galaxy never breeds stars. Somehow I decided my belly would never be full, a deflated uterine balloon, a vacancy, but no one could rent the room. I am not incomplete if you tie up the tributaries that run through me. I will have no firstborn. There will be nothing to bury or mourn. I will overflow in other ways. A woman remains, exorcising the ghosts from the room.
Wow.
This is the title poem. It is called Inaccurate Histories. Maybe my great-grandparents didn't take a steamer trunk and head to Ellis Island to eat pasta with cockroaches in a 4-story walk-up in Harlem with no air conditioning. Maybe the only heaviness my great-grandmother had to carry from the bus up the flights of stairs were her rubies and emeralds and diamonds and pearls and not the groceries. Maybe my great-grandpa had a happy family with a mother and a father, and he knew his real last name. Wasn't dropped off on the doorstep of some family friend, never to speak of that family again. Maybe he didn't run booze and cheat at cards or eat rats while imprisoned fighting another man's war. Maybe this is all a farce. And I wasn't born in the middle of a swamp with mafia at the corner of the streets with the little white house and Ambrose's candy store. Maybe I was born into more. There were no bodies buried under the boardwalk boards. The beach was clean. The sand was white. Nobody contracted AIDS and died. I didn't grow up. I made this all up. There's no family straining against the nooses of their history. There's nothing leaking from the roof. There's nothing breaking.
Yeah.
This might be maybe the only poem my dad has actually been impressed by. He doesn't really get the poetry. He's like, I thought it was supposed to rhyme. So this is called Things I've Heard While Growing Up Italian. I dedicate it to all the Italians in the room.
There's a lot of them, too.
You don't look Italian. Do you get dark in the summer? Do you know anyone in the mob? Of course she's Italian. She's from Staten Island. And look at her nose. Yes, let's address my Romanesque nose. That hooked beak. For so many years, I loathed my profile. Learned the perfect head tilt, the proper way to smile. Do you know my great-grandparents came out of Harlem? Yeah, 1/10. Do you know I can't say anything nice in their native tongue? But boy, do I know how to eat, and I can feed you well. Take a look at this meat, this Sunday bread, this superstitious Catholicism. I cross my chest. There are a lot of names I won't take in vain. Instead, think about the blood of my father's father's father, lush within my veins. It's a stain that blooms roses throughout the carpet. You can't rinse the blemish of a created name, but what is a name except a mark of one's history? Greasy Guinea. I still have the steamer trunk they came with off the boat. Seems unfit that one's whole life could hide inside of it. My mother's job at the stock exchange. They didn't like her name. She hid behind married. They didn't care that Guglielmini means little William. People ask why I get so pissed when they miss the proper pronunciation of my name. Can never guess that this mess of letters and a foreign alphabet would mean so much to me. At least they didn't say, hey, bitch. But I have lived for years within this name and heritage, have grown accustomed to defining myself by the looping L's that swell off my tongue when I tell you it's Versella. My last name is a verse of poetry, a tree that extends its roots through the city and connects the constellations like a street grid, a subway map home. Yes, I am Italian, a vivacious, passionate woman. I know what it is to live because we are always dying. Like a language you can no longer recall, the olive-skinned faces of grandfathers long gone. I am holy divinity carved from marble, the grace in a Renaissance painting, the Madonna as you pray for salvation. Yes, I am indeed Italian, as golden and blood as oil and wine, and I taste just as sweet on the tongue. I have one last poem for you. It's a newbie. It's due out this year in the Patterson Review. And I want to thank you, Kathy, for putting me on to the Patterson Review. And I also want to thank Anthony because his first piece kind of made me think about this piece. So yeah, everything kind of like comes together. This is called Picco Siciliano. And forgive my really bad Sicilian. This is what I grew up hearing, so. Cushy baby in daddy's garage. Learns come si chiama. What is your name? She learns to count 1, 2, 3. And mangia, eat, eat. A father teaches his daughter memory and tongue, all the love he tries to reclaim. She learns survival skills. Venaka, come here. How to fall and how to aim, ancestors and faded photographs, the ones she'll never meet. Cushy baby in daddy's garage learns come si chiama. What is your name? The daughter learns chess and checkers and checkmate. Made up surnames, Montana mountains and Matter streets. The father teaches his daughter memory and tongue, all the love he tries to reclaim. She grows up and learns the broken Sicilian she heard doesn't read the same. She's introduced to painful histories and a lineage incomplete. Cushy baby in daddy's garage learns come si chiama. What is your name? New York City and the childhood beasts you could not tame. We used to spit on my uncle's bald head. Silly stories, all the pain underneath. The father teaches his daughter memory and tongue, all the love he tries to reclaim. Cushy baby learns the man behind her name, how home is a heartbeat and bittersweet. Cushy baby in daddy's garage learns come si chiama. What is your name? The father teaches his daughter memory and tongue, all the love he tries to reclaim.